What's up, Raider Nation? Buckle up, because what's going down behind the scenes in Vegas could shake up everything we thought we knew about this upcoming season. Imagine kicking off camp with the defense under serious scrutiny, one of our key guys in the middle of the field surrounded by doubt, and out of nowhere, a big-time name shows up that could fix one of the biggest holes in the offense. That's right, there's major movement happening, and the vibe inside the building is all tension and anticipation. Today, I'm bringing you 3 red-hot updates straight out of the Raiders locker room, and each one could have a major impact on our future. So hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the alerts, because this video is packed with must-know info. Let's kick it off with a unit that's been keeping folks in Vegas up at night: the secondary. With Pete Carroll now running the show and a whole new defensive identity taking shape, the group of corners and safeties has become one of the team's biggest question marks. After a roller coaster of a season full of injuries and inconsistency, the unit's being slowly rebuilt. The good news? Jacorian Bennett is back at full speed in practice, which is huge considering how much he was missed last year. And the team didn't sit still. They added reinforcements through both the draft and free agency, bringing in fresh competition. Still, despite the shakeup, defensive pass game coordinator and DB's coach Joe Woods knows there's a long road ahead. He recently made it crystal clear it's all about technique. His top priority is building a group that can execute every snap precisely, not just physically, but with sharp reads and perfect positioning. They're looking for guys with length, speed, and the smarts to understand every coverage they install. And according to Woods, the energy in the room is off the charts. The guys are locked in, competing hard, and buying into the vision. He believes that competitive fire is what's going to set the tone. We're still a ways out from training camp, but this stretch, where the scheme is being installed and fundamentals are sharpened, is where great defenses are built. Woods likes what he's seeing so far, and while the unit is still coming together, the ceiling is high. But here's the deal, Raider Nation. Hype needs to turn into results. The schedule is brutal. Opposing offenses are more explosive than ever. And if Vegas wants to make any real noise in the AFC, this secondary needs to level up fast. Now, when it comes to defensive consistency, no one stepped up like defensive tackle Adam Butler did last season. While the defense was hit hard with injuries, roster shuffles, and constant adjustments, Butler quietly became one of the team's steadiest forces. He posted career-best numbers: 65 total tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 10 QB hits, 2 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, and 5 sacks. Absolute monster year. That's why the team didn't hesitate to lock him up. What started as a 1-year deal is now a multi-season commitment. The Raiders see Butler as a foundational piece, both for now and moving forward. But of course, nothing's ever that simple in Raiderland. There's still a big question mark looming: Christian Wilkins. He arrived with top-tier expectations, but only played 5 games last season before going down with a foot injury. And while the hope is that he'll be ready for Week 1, recent footage of him in a walking boot has fans sweating. Will he be 100%? Is the rehab behind schedule? With all that uncertainty, Butler's role becomes even more vital. If Wilkins isn't ready, Butler's the one who'll need to hold it down in the trenches. Even if Wilkins suits up, Butler's performance will be key to balancing Patrick Graham's system and anchoring that front line. Now, there's some young talent in the mix, guys like Jonah Laulu, Lecky Fodu, Tonka Hemingway, and JJ Piguet. But let's be honest, none of them has shown they're ready to take over as a full-time starter. Depth is still a real concern. Graham's going to have to manage the rotation carefully and cross his fingers that Butler stays healthy and plays at the elite level we saw in 2024. Because if he regresses or goes down, things could unravel fast. Right now, in the middle of all this uncertainty, Butler is one of the few rocks the nation can count on. And the team's going to need him firing on all cylinders from Week 1. And if you've made it this far, you're definitely part of the Raider hardcore. So go ahead and smash that like button, hit subscribe, and rep the nation the way only true fans can. Now here's the real kicker. The Raiders' offense might be on the verge of landing a serious difference maker. Word around the league is heating up, and the buzz is swirling around none other than wide receiver Terry McLaurin. Yep, you heard that right. The Commander's star wideout is in the middle of a contract standoff, clearly unhappy with how things are playing out. He skipped both voluntary OTAs and mandatory minicamp, and negotiations with Washington's front office are reportedly going nowhere. Rumors of a potential trade are gaining traction fast. McLaurin's looking to get paid like the league's top guys. Think $30 million per year. Meanwhile, the team's offer seems closer to what Mike Evans just got, around $24 million a year. It's a standoff, and here's where the Raiders come into play. They already showed interest in DK Metcalf earlier this offseason, so they're clearly keeping tabs on the receiver market. And let's be real, the current WR core of Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, Donnie Thornton Jr., and rookie Jack Beck isn't exactly stacked. Geno Smith needs more reliable targets, and Pete Carroll, at 73 years old, isn't looking to waste time with question marks. McLaurin would walk in as the clear-cut WR1, creating a dangerous trio alongside Myers and Tite and Brock Bowers. It's the kind of move that could instantly raise the ceiling of the entire offense. But here's the million-dollar question. Are the Raiders willing to pay the price? And more importantly, will they act before another team beats them to it? If this deal happens, it could shift the balance of power in the AFC and take Vegas to a whole new level. The fans are watching every move. And who knows, maybe this story ends in a shocker. What a wild ride it's been behind the scenes in Vegas. Defensive fundamentals are getting locked in, a veteran lineman is stepping up as a cornerstone, and an offensive star might just be on the horizon. Every move made right now could shape what we see on the field in the coming weeks. Pete Carroll's arrival has already sparked a mentality shift, but this roster still has to prove it can bring consistent results. The defense has to hold strong, even with Wilkins' health up in the air and concerns about depth. The offense is screaming for a playmaker, and McLaurin would be the perfect fit. There's a lot going down, and we're just getting started. Now I want to hear from you. Which one of these updates caught you off guard? Do you think the front office is steering this team in the right direction? And is McLaurin the missing piece that could take this offense to the next level? Drop your thoughts in the comments. The nation's voice matters. And of course, if you're loving the content, hit that like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. This is your home for legit Raiders coverage. Serious takes, real insight, and the heart of the silver and black in every word. Let's ride, Raider Nation. Just one baby.